he's here and he's been here for 30 years. And when he got here, back then, it was quite a different place. But he saw the Latino population of patients grow. He served as a passionate advocate for these families. It was then that he developed the Spanish Consultation Program. He recognized that language and cultural differences were just a few of the many things that made this population unique. And he also served as the director of the Rainbow Program at the hospital's primary care center, coordinating multidisciplinary medical care to Latino patients with complex medical problems. Along the way, he touched the lives of many patients, families, and staff. We'd like to hear from them now with this video.
Survey show 5 out of 5 kids love Dr. Vives.
Yes, it's true. We love him.
Dr. Vives is here.
Kids love Dr. Vives.
And it turns out adults love him too.
You know, you put him in the field position.
Pat Vives is just the gentleman. He's always very kind. And he was one of the first pediatricians to figure out that children who had complicated health problems needed somebody to really look after them.
A lot of people used to judge me on what I had. But when I met Dr. Vives, he didn't have to talk about my problem. He just said, look at you. You're still alive. You're still here. And you still got a life ahead of you. So let's make this work. Let's make it together. He just told me, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to take care of it. It's going to take time. Yeah, so he's going to be a lot of surgery, but he's going to be fine.
Having somebody who's in your camp and speaks your language is just an incredible strength for those patients. I think he gives them strength.
I'm so grateful for me and my family. He was the angel God put in our way.
One day, I remember that I went to Dr. Vives to ask him advice about school and all that. And he told me that you're going to be bright in school. Just remember that. You're going to be bright and you're going to be bright in the future. The word that he gave me that feeling, and I was like, I can do anything.
Dr. Vives, en mi persona personal y mis hijos, yo le estoy muy agradecida. Agradezco a Dios por el ser humano tan especial.
You're the best. We miss you.
I'm very happy to applaud Patricio for his career as a Chilean doctor, como un doctor chileno, at one of the best pediatric hospitals in the world.
Francisca, my wife, and our 5 children would also like to send a deep hug with all our fondness, our gratitude, and our admiration to Patricio.
Congratulations, Dr. Vives. You deserve it. You're a great doctor. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you have done for me. And you will always be part of my family.
Gracias, Dr. Vives.
Please help me welcome to the stage Dr. Alan Reddick, Executive Chair and Medical Director of Boston Children's Hospital's International Health Services, along with our very special guest, Eduardo Martinez.
Good evening. Thank you very, very much. As a long-term colleague of Dr. Vives, I have watched him firsthand help so many children like Eduardo. He is well deserving of this tribute, and it's my privilege and honor to present him with the Milagros para Niños Award. Eduardo, do you have something to say?
Dr. Vives has given me a life. He encouraged me to take the risk and to never give up. I can't thank him enough.
Thank you very much. Dr. Vives, would you like to come up and receive your award?
Well, thank you so much for these generous words about my years at Children's Hospital. And a special thanks to all of you, particularly my friends and family, for being here tonight. For me, this long journey has been most gratifying and a magnificent learning experience. It's truly an honor and privilege to belong to an institution such as Children's, and so rewarding and I've been able to help others in my clinical capacity. 39 years is in fact a long time. Just to give you an idea, I have already met grandchildren of former patients of mine. I remember back in the 70s meeting pioneer doctors who made such an impact in medicine, for which some of them even received a Nobel Prize. Dr. John Enders, for instance, the father of immunizations, who was able to grow in the lab the measles and polioviruses from which the vaccines were developed. Dr. Joseph Murray, who performed the first organ transplant in the world, a kidney. Dr. Mary Ellen Avery, who was able to find a product called surfactant, without which premature newborns could not expand their lungs at birth, thus saving the lives of millions of preterm infants. I could go on and on. But if I want to summarize my experience at Children's, I would have to say that this great institution is not about celebrities and newspaper headlines. That also happens. Instead, our hospital is about treating day in and day out thousands of children and their families with excellence and compassion by a very large team of dedicated healthcare professionals with all kinds of expertise, working quietly and diligently. 40 years later, there are new and quite different challenges in medical care, and our hospital has met those challenges intelligently. Medical discoveries and new technologies have resulted in improving the lives of countless children who have survived despite suffering from an array of most complex medical conditions, many of them congenital in origin. These children require multidisciplinary healthcare teams to address their special needs. We now integrate the family in the medical care, as well as give proper relevance to the impact of this fast-paced world in the health of those growing up. Besides medical issues, there are children with academic, socioeconomic, and emotional problems, to name a few. Preventive medicine and advocacy has become essential. In some instances, there are also language barriers and the diversity of cultural background. With a much cherished heritage, our growing Latino population has enriched this attractive multicultural society. At the same time, increasing numbers of Latino families have come to the hospital on a daily basis. Over the years, the hospital has been sensitive to these differences, and new resources have been allocated to meet the language and cultural diversity. I am happy to have witnessed and participated in such endeavors, along with so many dedicated co-workers. I want to name 3 of them who are presently here. 3 social workers who have been over the years most devoted to Latino families: Maria Carvalho, Jackie Miranda, and Olga Perez. Let's give it up. Also sitting among us here tonight is a dear friend and my mentor of 40 years, Dr. Gerald Haas. Thank you, Jerry. Also, I want to mention 3 colleagues who have been supportive friends and inspirational throughout the years. They have made an indelible impact in the hospital, running programs of superb quality and having been role models for me as well. They are Doctors Judy Palfrey, Lenny Rappaport, and Joanne Cox. Joanne. Finally, I want to thank my family for their relentless support, some of whom traveled from Chile to be here with us. But as you can imagine, there is one very close person whom I owe all my gratitude, support, and constant encouragement, my wife of all these years. Without you, Rebecca, this successful career would not have been possible. I love you. So thanks to all of you for this generous and fun night. And remember that the legacy and mission lives on until every child is well. Hasta que cada niño sea sano. Thank you very much.
Dr. Vives, thank you. Thank you very much. We are humbled by the lives you've touched and the legacy you've created at Boston Children's. You know, we do the show, What Would You Do? We celebrate heroes, everyday people who step in and do the right thing. Well, this room is full of heroes tonight, and Dr. Vives is at the top of that list. Dr. Vives and others care for Latino children in our community through the primary care center.